All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there's reports of uh, Brian Thompson's killer, the CEO of the healthcare business, uh, that the killer was caught or whatever, but I believe it's fake information, folks. They did catch someone that looked similar to him that did have a weapon and a fake ID. Now, whether it was this guy is a decoy, and that very well may be. So you have to keep an eye out for that because he might be getting help. And how would you do that? Exactly this. You send people out that look like him with fake IDs or whatever. So they never get the real guy. I mean, that's kind of crazy, but they got divers out looking in that pond out there. So hopefully they find a weapon. If not, they caught a they caught a guy that looked similar to him and had this. Now I don't know if it's the same caliber weapon, but yes, they did catch somebody, but they're not revealing. They're pretty much saying he had a fake ID or whatever. So he might be getting help, and these people are coming out trying to divert people away from catching the real killer. And be on the lookout, folks, because he could be anywhere in the United States by now, if not out of the country. But you're going to have to go through people because if it's true what they were saying, and there's actually people helping him, and they have all these contests now of people, and there's merchandise being put out uh, supporting this guy. So it's going to be very difficult. Hopefully, they catch him soon. We don't know. It might be the guy, right, that they have. But now they gotta go through all the bull crap of finding out who he is and the fake ID, and was that the weapon that was used? Why are they looking in the pond out there? If they caught the guy, it ain't making sense. So I don't see anything out on YouTube. I mean, there's a couple. All right, now there's two people right now, hold on a minute, folks. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. There is two channels that I can see right now that are reporting that it says breaking news suspect being questioned in CEO murder. If it's him, he had a fake ID. Now that ID could have been in someone else's name, and but it'll take time to find out if it adds up and the guy is who he says he is. But there are two channels right now. Yeah, I mean, we can't take any. It could be fake reports. We don't know. There's no major company or major news people pumping out. Which matter of fact, I'm going to turn on CNN right now on my TV. Where's my remote? There it is. And let's see if we can get something on TV to see what the deal is. There's two people, Icamel.
that someone is in custody, someone is being questioned with authorities right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Okay, they're
John,
in
let's go to
Pennsylvania.
you. You have,
CNN is
selected this excellent
reporting
reporting.
individual traveling
Add
by bus
to
in
the color and
Pennsylvania
the context
recovered
and
a
the information that
suppressor
you just started to give us.
and number
So,
of
Janet, this
false
starts
IDs.
as a very
Okay, they
routine
got
day
them.
in a McDonald's, Altoona,
Let me
Pennsylvania.
change
That's like
this.
3 McDonald's. But an employee there looks at this person and has been seeing on CNN and everywhere else these photos from the NYPD of this masked person with the hood, where they're saying, "Look beyond New York," because we think the person has left the city. And she believes that this person resembles the photos that have been put out. She calls 911, gets the Altoona PD. They respond to the McDonald's. They engage this individual. And as they get him to identify himself and look through things, they find a gun, they find a silencer, they find multiple false IDs. And when they begin to compare those notes with the police in New York, they find out that one of those IDs matches the name, perhaps even the one we're looking at, that he used a fake New Jersey driver's license to check into that hostel in Upper Manhattan. So,
all right, I do believe they got the guy. All right, I'm watching CNN. Let me change the thing on here. Let me change the title. All right, so they busted this guy. I'm listening to CNN. It's all over CNN. So they do have the guy. The guy had massive amounts of fake IDs. He did have a weapon on him and a silencer. He had numerous fake IDs. One of the fake IDs matched one in New York or something like that, or wherever out there. And it did show that he was on a bus. So this is probably the guy, but it'll take time to go through the IDs to make sure it adds up. And yeah, it looks like they probably have the guy. Let's listen to more of CNN.
to find that single moment, and you're looking at it right now, that single moment where he dropped the mask, he still had the hood on, and you could see that face and $1 million smile as he was talking to that hotel clerk at the hostel and asking people, if you know this person, if you see this face, no matter where you are in the country, we're looking for that call. So that worked today.
And John, with regard to the documents and the motive, is there anything else that your sources are leaning into? We know that, first of all, the bullet case in which you talked about again last week with some etchings on them suggesting the idea that this could be related to the United States.
All right. Well, CNN is on top of it. They are reporting police stopped an individual traveling by bus in Pennsylvania. Recovered a gun with a silencer and numbers of false IDs. This is probably the guy. They got him coming out. He was on the bus. They tracked it. Like I told you, it might take a little time, but they knew exactly what buses were going where because that's all documented through the Greyhound. And he was caught in Pennsylvania, probably up there in Maine, that area up in there and everything, you know. They're saying there's a lot of trouble in Pennsylvania right now. Something about some teacup Boston thing or who knows, something. But they are reporting, CNN is reporting that there was someone picked up that matches the description and the photo at a McDonald's. And the police showed up there and questioned the guy, and they looked through his stuff, and he had a bunch of fake IDs and a weapon with a silencer. And one of the IDs matched a New York ID, fake ID. So that might be the guy. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. There's only two. Uh, there's only two channels now that I could see that are reporting that they caught the guy. One is Icamella, uh, and one is let's see the other one. Surviving the Survivors is live right now. But can we believe what we're hearing? Probably. If CNN says they got the guy and they think, and he was on a bus, uh, him, yeah, yeah, I would say it's probably him. Let's wait and see how many more people start going live. Very interesting. Very interesting. So it was just a matter of time. Do I think the police did a good job in government? Yeah, I think they were probably tracking this guy before this incident. Let's listen to a little bit of more. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but let's listen to CNN a little bit.
Story, absolutely. If this just does turn out to be the actual alleged suspect. Don't go anywhere, John. Stay close. I want to bring now into the conversation senior law enforcement analyst Charles Ramsey and retired FBI agent Dan Bruner. Commissioner Ramsey, let me just start with you. What are your thoughts on all of this information that we've gotten so far, and what does it tell you?
Well, this could be very significant. There's no question about that. I agree with everything that John said earlier. A couple things. Number one, the fact that the photograph that was put out across the country, and even though the person's face was partially concealed, there was still enough there for people to kind of get a sense or a feel for what this individual might look like. And kudos to that employee at McDonald's who looked at this individual and then called 911. You know, normally we don't think we're going to be the ones to solve anything as a private citizen. If you see something, we say, it's probably not the person. But this individual acted, and it may turn out to be the absolute right thing to do. The other thing is the recovery of a gun. Now we have forensic evidence from the scene. We have shell casings, we have DNA, we have fingerprints. All these things, if they match up, then this is the person who's responsible that's going to be charged with this particular crime. So there's still a lot of work that has to take place, but this is a significant development, no question about it, and we'll see how it plays out.
Chief Ramsey, thank you for that. Dan Brunner, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Chief Ramsey and with John. One of the most important things in this investigation definitely was putting the photograph information out there, because you're multiplying the number of people that are looking for this individual. Clearly was on the run. He had two ahead on NYPD, and they were behind him, gathering all the evidence. But the crucial part was getting him, getting some eyes on him. And the McDonald's employee should absolutely be applauded that they made the phone call, even if they had the suspicion that an individual matched the description of.
I agree. So there you go, folks. CNN is reporting they think they got the guy. They caught a guy at McDonald's. One of the employees called the police. And the police showed up there and went through all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. And they might have a match with a weapon and silencer, which silencers are illegal in America. You're not allowed to have a silencer, period. Is it a silencer or is it a suppressor? There's two different things there. A silencer is very quiet. All you hear is click, click, click. You're actually hearing the trigger of the weapon, right? You're not hearing pretty much anything but the firing pin with a real professional silencer. But then you have suppressors, which suppressors you can hear it going off, but it sounds like a BB gun or something, like a firecracker. It don't sound like a real weapon going off. It suppresses the noise because of the gas filter within the suppressor. It only releases so much gas and so much noise. So there is two difference between a real silencer and a suppressor. Okay. Like I said, the real silencer, all you're going to hear is the hammer and the firing pin, click, 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 click. With a suppressor, you're going to hear more of the sound. It's going to be quiet, but not as quiet as a real silencer. So, and these things are illegal in America. How are they getting into America? I have no idea. But they're supposed to be illegal in America. So there you go. CNN on TV is reporting they do have a suspect with fake IDs, and they do have a weapon and a silencer, and one ID that matched to someone in the New York area or whatever. So it's probably him, or I don't know, wherever that happened down there. And that's good. They did a great job. If they got him, they did what they were supposed to do. And if it wasn't for them putting out that information right away, his face, it might have been a different thing. He might have been on his way out of the country. We don't know. But I think the police and the government and FBI, and they did a great job. I mean, what is this, 4 days? And they possibly could have the guy right now. And if it ain't him, then we got problems. And I mean, we got problems because someone is helping him escape, right? People could be seeing it on social media, and they are helping him by putting people out there that are lookalikes. But with all them fake IDs, I don't know. This is crazy, right? But I would imagine that's probably the guy. If he's running around with a bunch of fake IDs and a silencer and a weapon, I imagine there's a good chance that they got the guy. And if they do, I applaud them. Great work. And that's the way it should have been done. I wish they would have released information in the Delphi case right away, right? We might have had a head start or something on the case of who the guy was, but Indiana waited a long time before they put out the information. So it took a lot longer to find out what was going on, but I applaud that police department because they did their job. They put it out right away, right? This is the guy. We got a photo of this dude. This is the dude. If you know this dude, call the police. And that was like a couple days after the murder that they put that information out. So things worked good. Why didn't it in Delphi? I don't know. Maybe the police department was held hostage themselves in Delphi. And we're being restricted of releasing who it was or a photo of them or even the video. We don't know, right? But hopefully this is the guy. Like I said, if that ain't the guy, we got problems. And I mean, we got problems is because someone's helping them. Or maybe people just think he's a hero and they're going out there and dressing like him, looking like him. I don't know. But I find that hard to believe. I mean, is it possible? Yes, very possible. But the gun will tell the tale, right? The gun. They have the gun. They have the suppressor. And that gun will tell that gun, if it ain't the gun, then it ain't the guy. They have the rounds, they have the ejection rounds, they have spent rounds, they have everything they need. If the gun don't match, then it ain't him. Maybe he got rid of the real gun. That's very possible. Suppressors and silencers fit numerous weapons. So it's very possible he got rid of the real weapon and he had a backup weapon. And the suppressor happen to fit that. That's possible too. We'll have to find out. Let them do their jobs. I have full I support fully the FBI, Homeland Security, CIA in their jobs. These guys are professionals. They will tell us if this guy is the guy or not. The police department, I have full belief that they'll get the guy, right? And hopefully they do. Let them do their jobs. And I think it's pretty good. You look at the time between everyone, oh my God, he's gone, he's this, he's that. You know, I do agree with a lot of these people. The more time goes by, the more time the bad guy has to change his plans, his route, his whole thing. But eventually they get him. You can't go nowhere. Everywhere there's cameras and people are so pissed off about it. And they're mad until it happens to one of them or them themselves. And that camera and facial recognition or data finds the killer that might have killed your daughters or whatever. Then they change their stories. Then it's the greatest technology in the world. And I think we don't have enough cameras. And the only one that's worried about cameras is killers. That's who's worried about cameras, is the bad guy. 95% of Americans are not worried about cameras if they're doing their jobs and our photos ain't being sold or stole from someone or another country. I back cameras in public 100%. Why? Because they've been there already for many years. Many years. I can remember going into stores when I was a kid, and right there on the store, it's saying you're being filmed. There's a security camera. But back then, everything was VHS tapes. They didn't have data, so you had to put everything on VH tapes and then store them tapes in boxes, right? Some people didn't even do that. They would watch the video, and if nothing bad happened, they would erase it and then start over for the next day. Right? So technology has come farther, and that's good for certain things. But it's also hurt America in certain ways, the citizens mainly. So CNN is reporting they got the guy. Let's go ahead and wait and see what kind of info comes out of this. Like I said, if they got him, all glory goes to God. Amen. If it ain't him, then we got troubles. Then we know that there's proof that this guy has a following, and they will help him escape. So there you go. We will be back if we get any more information. But folks, you just heard it here. I turned on CNN on the TV, and it was right there on CNN that they picked up an individual matching the description with fake IDs and a gun and a silencer. We'll see. Well, time will tell. Let them do their jobs, and they'll let us know, right? Everybody, oh, the FBI, the FBI. Well, you know, it was the FBI that caught Joe Biden's kid in the, you know, and all the other madness that's been going on. How can you folks not like the Federal Bureau of Investigation or Homeland Security when they're the ones catching these guys that have stole millions and billions from Americans? How can you not? I support them. Yeah. I support them. If they're saving America and putting money back in American citizens' pockets and society from the bad guy or evil or whatever, then I support them. There's one thing of being the bad guy. You don't support the police in certain stuff. Everyone was raised that way, right? Pretty much in America. If you lived in any bad cities, keep your mouth shut and go about your day, go about your way, right? Yes, at that time we didn't support police. If you lived in one of them cities, it was bad. You know, if you went to the police, you were dead or your family would be killed or whatever. Then you did what you had to do to keep your family safe. I agree 100%. We were one of them. We had to protect our family because we knew you go to the police, that ain't nothing. They're going to come to your house. You can make a report, but they're not going to sit outside your doors and protect you. Right? They're not going to do that. They might patrol your street or whatever, but they're not going to put someone at your doorstep to make sure to take out anybody that comes there that's bad to do harm to your family. So you had to compromise. You had to improvise. And you had to keep your mouth shut. And yes, people were being beat, maybe raped or whatever, but you had to turn a blind eye to make it home to your own family. Because if word got out on the street that you ratted to the police, they would have killed you. Even if you didn't rat them out, you were just a law-abiding citizen, seen a crime, called it in, police show up to take reports, whatever, and someone sees it, and then they were like, hey, police were at this guy's house, and he was giving him information, boom, and that's how it started. So I agree with a lot of these people, and we have seen these people move away from these bad cities and totally change, right? They are making calls. They are, if you see something, say something, they are, right? Whether it has anything to do with anything or not, it's being investigated, you know. You could tell the difference between a good police station and a bad police station. You could tell who's there just to get a paycheck and who is actually there to serve and protect citizens, no matter if you're a criminal or not. Really, when you look at it, their job is to protect an American citizen, even if the bad guy is in trouble, because that's police's job, is to protect the public, not the government, the public, the citizens, the town that they live in. That's the police's job. Even if they're bad guys, they have to protect them, right? That's what I was told. They're people, they're citizens. I don't know. Maybe. But as we know of today, right now, CNN is reporting that they caught a guy. Now let them do their jobs. And we'll find out if it's him or not. That's all we can do as citizens, right? We're not police. The police have already come out and said, you YouTube couch potato investigators or wannabes are not real police. There's things you can't do. I agree 100%. because I've seen some of these YouTubers abuse their YouTube powers and act like police. We'll be back with more info on Brian Thompson's killer. God bless everybody. Let the professionals do their jobs. They will tell us if the gun matched, or if they believe, even if the gun didn't match, he might have got rid of the old gun and had a backup. They'll be able to tell if that was the silencer that was used in the we don't know. He might have had a backup silencer. Let the professionals, let the FBI and the professionals now do their job. I would rely right now on the FBI and CIA and Homeland. Let them do their jobs. They are the professionals. They do have the professionals. They have the professional equipment, and they have the people that know how to read the data and do the investigating. Let them do it. Have a great day. Let them do their jobs as government people that we pay to do their jobs. Let them do their jobs. For good God Almighty, you know how much us American citizens spend in taxes to fund these organizations, and let them do their jobs now. They got somebody, let them do their jobs. So we feel like our money is going to something good. I got people trespassing on me, curses on me, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sick. I know I'm sick in the head, but who knows? Have a great day. We'll be back with more information. If I hear anything on the TV, on CNN, or on YouTube, we will be back to check it out. You folks have a great day. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.